This is Oscar Bevis for IFL TV. Jiyan Oguz joins me, my friend. It's a pleasure to meet you here at Jab Gym. Yeah, your first time on IFL TV. How are we feeling today?
I feel good, man. I'm just excited for my fight. It's been a long camp. Been training, working towards this goal. So just been thinking about the fight, man. I'm ready to go Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday, York Hall, your professional debut. Obviously, we'll come on to that. A massive day for you and your career and your life. But I want to talk about kind of before that and how we got to here, a little bit of a get to know about you, your background and everything. I always like to start with how you got into boxing, be it your first boxing memory, first time you walked into a gym. What was it about boxing that kind of entered your life?
To be honest, I never really wanted to get into boxing from the start. It wasn't really a goal of mine or ambition. I always liked to fight in school. I was always getting into fights and stuff. And
Winning fights in school?
yeah, we could say that. We could say we started there. So eventually, I just popped into a gym. One of my cousins kept nagging me to come down, so I went down with him. And ever since there, I just never looked back. I went there, I started enjoying it, and I had some problems going on in my life. So it was therapeutic. It started helping me, and yeah, I just started doing it. And the coach was like, you know what, you're not too bad. If you want, you can start competing. And ever since then, I've just been it's just all I've wanted to do, and it's just been progressing forward from there.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's kind of the bug that you catch when you walk into the gym. What age was this when you went into the gym?
I was probably about 16, 17.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I suppose not late in terms of some fighters. I spoke to Brandon and in his 20s, early 20s, he was starting in the amateur circuit, but I guess not really early either.
Yeah, it's right, because even a lot of the people I boxed in amateurs, like I boxed at elite level, boxed some of the top guys in the country, and a lot of them do tend to start at really young ages, around 10 years old, 9 years old, like literally when they're little kids. So yeah, it's not really early, but it's not really late either. So I guess in the middle. But then again, a lot of those guys, some of them just get sick of the sport because they've been doing it for so long. So I've got a bit more maybe hunger for it and ambition.
Yeah. Was you into any other sports prior to boxing?
Not really. I played a bit of football, nothing serious, and I never really had the skills for that. I did a bit of kickboxing and stuff like that here and there, but it was only for a few months. Nothing. Didn't take anything seriously. But ever since I started boxing, my eyes was always on the pros. I always dreamt of turning pro. I watched the pros. I had a pro style as well. So I feel like the pros is just made for me. Ever since I've been here, sparring pros, doing pro rounds and stuff, everything's just been a lot more suited to my style. Whereas in amateurs, it's all just about it's just work rate and it's just boom boom boom. Whereas me, I like to think a bit more, be a bit more calculated, and it just never really suited my style.
Yeah. And I suppose there's something about knowing that you're going into the ring and you're getting paid, right?
Yeah, I guess that's a factor as well. But in the pros, early on you don't make much, so of course in the end, that's hopefully we get there. But for the time being, I just want to build myself up, and there's a few things I want to achieve, whether it be titles and just accomplishments, and hopefully the money will follow.
What fighters did you look up to? You said about obviously the pros is what we watch. Who is it that you were looking at that inspired you? Even guys that perhaps you watched and you kind of tried to take a little bit of what they're of and adapt it into your style. Who were the guys that you kind of viewed and went, yeah, they're the ones I like?
In my when I was first got into boxing, I was fresh to boxing. I didn't know anything about it, so of course the main guys came into my head, like Mayweather, Pacquiao, and these guys. So I really like watching them, and then I started looking into more fighters and stuff. I like Canelo, I like Crawford now. All these guys. Even from back in the day, I like Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, all these guys, and I tried to pick a bit from everyone and just implement it into my game.
Yeah. You think it's important to kind of go through old tapes and watch these fighters, because I guess you're always going to be your own man. But I don't know, do you find it important to go back and watch old fights and watch these guys, and I suppose if they've succeeded, see how they done things?
Yeah, of course. I think it's good because these are the guys, like you said, they've been there, they've done it. So it's always good to kind of take them as an example and to take points from their careers, what gave them some success, and maybe it might work for you as well. And just take what you can.
So what sort of style can we expect from you on your debut? I know you said you like to be a little bit more calculated. If you prefer the pros, maybe I can guess that there might be a little bit of someone who likes to actually have a fight in there, and there won't be too much standing about. Or
I like to, you know, I would say I'm a counter puncher. I would say I'm an aggressive counter puncher. You know, I do wait for my opponent quite a lot so I can counter them. But we've been working with Josh now for a few months now, so he's been making me just stay busy throughout the rounds. So I don't want to just be waiting for the counters all day long. So I want to initiate the fight. I want to, you know, get the exchanges going, and then look for the counters in the middle of the exchanges. So I feel like we've developed my style. So I'm going to be busy in there. I'm going to be taking the fight to them. On top of that, I'll be catching them with some nice, clean counter shots and looking good.
And how are you feeling ahead of the debut Saturday? Obviously, I imagine there's some nerves, but also excitement. You only get one debut, so of course you've got to go and do the job, but you're going to want to soak the occasion in. So how's your kind of head a couple of days out?
You know what? I am very excited. I'm trying to kind of calm down a bit because I don't want it to take the energy from me because we still got like 2 days to go. So I'm very excited. I just want to go and make a statement. And yeah, that's all it is. I'm just looking forward to the fight. I'm ready to go now. So just wait until Saturday, and that's it.
Yeah, mate, can't wait. York Hall, obviously somewhere. I feel like 99% of British pros have to fight at York Hall. But you'd have been there before. Watch fights there. What a wicked place! What a wicked place, and what a wicked place to make your debut as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, I've got a lot of friends who are pro, so throughout the years I've been going there, and I've always imagined myself, oh, one day I'm going to box here, and now the time's come. So I'm looking forward to boxing there. It's one of the best venues in the UK. So just ready to go, man. I wanna get started.
Mate, wicked. Obviously, I know it's tunnel vision for that, but just kind of one final thing. You'll have short-term goals, long-term goals. What's kind of I'll say your main aim when you hang up the gloves, whenever that may be? What's not even just one? What's a couple of things that you wanted to have ticked off the bucket list?
So in my mind, you know, of course I want to go all the way, you know, hopefully to world level. But in my mind, I've got the British title. That's what I'm set on. So hopefully in the next couple of years achieve that. And if I was to achieve that, I would be happy. But of course, I would like to go all the way, man. But the British title is kind of what I've got. And of course, I know there's smaller titles like Southern Area and English and whatnot. But that's the one that really I'd love to get there one day.